Almost all of us have used Google Maps and its satellite images at least once, and maybe even looked for something strange or unusual hidden in different parts of the world. That's exactly what this video is about. Exploring 3 mysterious locations found on Google Maps that have sparked a lot of questions. I've included the coordinates for all 3 spots in the description of this video so you can check them out for yourself in full detail. A white corporate jet lies belly down in a perfectly straight clearing near the Mexico-Guatemala border, miles from the nearest paved road. There are no burn marks around the fuselage and no debris scattered into the jungle, just a plane parked where no plane belongs. The GPS coordinates place it inside Guatemala's Laguna del Tigre National Park, once celebrated for its Mayan temples and now infamous as a node on Latin America's cocaine corridor. Drug traffickers carve makeshift runways through the trees, land under cover of night with drone guidance, offload their cargo, and then set the aircraft ablaze. An archaeology enthusiast combing satellite images first flagged the jet on Reddit, and the thread quickly ballooned. One sleuth discovered an overgrown dirt strip nearby. Another speculated that the plane's hold must have carried contraband. Definitely drugs, they agreed. Guatemalan patrols found at least 50 abandoned narco jets in the jungle in 2020 alone. Some torched, some intact, each valued at millions but abandoned once the cocaine was gone. That same year, soldiers intercepted a rare live landing. After a brief firefight, the crew escaped, leaving behind 3,700 pounds of cocaine in a spotless Hawker 400 striped in green and blue, about $160 million in U.S. street value. The DEA estimates nearly 90% of U.S. cocaine transits Guatemala, much of it by air, with pilots pocketing up to $500,000 per flight. With that kind of pay, a one-way trip is often enough. Reddit users have guessed this mystery jet might be a Citation M2 worth around $5 million. A faint dirt track leads west from the clearing to a lone building just out of sight from any official highway. As of the last satellite update in 2024, the jet remains frozen in place, and its story is unresolved. Did it crash, fail to take off, or was it simply abandoned, another disposable link in a billion-dollar network? It starts with a single glance, a curious shape in an endless white. At certain coordinates along Oatsland's glacial cliffs in Antarctica, a profile seems to emerge, one eye half closed, a long nose jutting out, lips lost in shadow. It's enough to make you stop scrolling, and Reddit did just that. The site drew immediate comparisons to Viking One's 1976 Face on Mars, but this mystery sat much closer to home. These cliffs lie in an extensively mapped sector of East Antarctica claimed by Australia. Lieutenant Harry Pennell first charted this stretch in 1911 aboard the Terra Nova, followed by U.S. Navy flyers of Operation High Jump in 1946, a Soviet survey in 1958, and several Australian expeditions through the 60s, all photographing the ice without noting any facial features. Antarctica has a knack for sparking imaginations. In 2016, a pyramid-like mountain in the Ellsworths went viral, its 4 near-perfect sides prompting lost civilization and ancient alien theories, though geologists attribute its symmetry to freeze-thaw erosion, the same process that shapes the Matterhorn. And in 2024, what looked like a rectangular doorway near Japan's Showa Station turned out to be a grounded iceberg melting in place. The harsh winds and shifting ice can trick the eye, and time will likely erase the stone face in Oates Land, burying it under fresh snow. Yet its presence feels fitting in a region named for Captain Lawrence Oates, who famously walked into a 1912 blizzard during Scott's ill-fated South Pole expedition, remarking, "I'm just going outside, and maybe some time." For now, the carved visage stands as a fleeting echo of both human lore and nature's uncanny ability to craft illusions. Along the rugged shoreline of British Columbia's Calvert Island, an odd orange shape rests alone in a secluded cove. On Google Maps satellite images, it resembles a life raft, partially deflated, inverted, abandoned by time. Reddit user Avi Underground first spotted it, igniting pages of online debate. It appeared afloat offshore in 2017. By 2024, it had washed ashore and barely shifted despite years of tides and storms. Some argued it could be a buoy or scientific instrument. Others thought it a forgotten emergency raft or self-inflating lifeboat lost overboard. One curious Redditor emailed the Canadian Coast Guard. Another reached out to the nearby Hakai Institute, yet no one has identified it. The Pacific often delivers the unexpected. In 2012, a Harley-Davidson swept away by the Japanese tsunami washed up intact on a remote British Columbia beach. During a 2020 shoreline cleanup, volunteers gathered over 80,000 water bottles in one stretch, plus crab floats from Oregon, a Korean message in a bottle, mannequin parts, and unidentifiable submarine debris. Inland, Calvert Island's interior is a maze of peat bogs and towering forest. Reaching the object would demand a punishing bushwhack or a risky boat trip, so it remains a modern ghost, part castaway, part artifact. If it once carried a stowaway to shore, no record survives. Would you brave the journey to solve its mystery, or leave some secrets buried? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See simple, think deep.